Alright, welcome back to Ocarina of Time, where we finally enter the final temple in the game, the Spirit Temple.
Huzzah.
Final temple.
This is really the only time where they make you do the temple twice as a kid and then as an adult.
Sort of, yeah.
Well, then
That's why it's the final one.
And I mean, I don't mind this concept, and from what I hear, they do it more in Master Quest. Yeah, I just don't know what I'm supposed to think about it.
Can you do me a favor, kid?
What are you doing in this temple, kid? Nothing. Oh, you have nothing to do? Then maybe you can run an errand for me.
What if I am? One of Ganondorf's followers. Right, I'm too white.
How old is Naburu supposed to be?
Close to 30, I think.
And she's hitting on the 11-year-old kid.
Oh, just wait.
Okay, then.
Yeah, just wait.
Wait, what makes you think she's hitting on you?
Have you read the text?
It looks more like she's mocking you, to be honest.
Yeah.
I always inferred it as mockingly hitting on me.
Yeah, because that's how people hit on people, by insulting them.
Isn't it, kid? Dumbfuck.
Dumbfuck.
Now, do you a favor. Will you go through this tiny hole and you get the treasure that's inside?
Giggity. Giggity.
That was perfect.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll give them right back to you. I
Right.
promised.
Cross his fingers behind his back.
It's a good thing he's wearing that big-ass shield, because even if she was standing behind him, she wouldn't have seen that.
Right, can't cross fingers. N64 doesn't have individual fingers.
Mario does, when he decides to, anyway. Text, blah, 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 blah.
Plop, 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 plop.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, I'm overusing clips a bit, but I don't care.
No, that's okay. We're pretty much established Link as a omnipotent sex magnet at this point.
Even at 11 years old.
Hell
Indeed.
yeah.
Especially at
And he
11.
can attract all the pussy he wants, but he can't exactly do anything till like 7 years from now.
And even then, only like one of his 12 girlfriends is still around at that point, seeing as half of them are sticking in the Temple of Time for no good reason. So, how long is the child half of this dungeon again?
It's not that long, it pretty much amounts to this little section.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really, besides crawling through tiny holes, I don't get why adult Link can't just use all of young Link's stuff anyway.
Kid stuff.
And that's why that's why they never bothered with using adult Link in Majora's Mask, even though he was planned to be there.
Well, I mean, really, it would have been just incredibly... I don't even know how they would have been able to fit adult Link into that game's plot to begin with. 7 years from now, the moon crashed into the Earth and everyone's dead.
No, there was going to be a mask that turned you into an adult.
Yeah. Well, Fierce Theory already kind of does that. So.
Yeah, that's why it's there in the first place. It's leftovers from when they were actually trying to make the mask be there.
Well, you only use the Fierce Deity for, like, the final boss, don't you?
You can only use it in boss rooms, yes.
Yes.
What happens if you try to use it outside of a boss room?
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
work.
work.
Mind you, you can use an action replay to play as him whenever you want, but
It can crash the game.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, that mask is incredibly picky, then. Why? Is it just, like, too good to be used on anything that's not a boss, or
It's
what?
Well, because it's
More
too
like
broken.
you're not programmed to talk to any people when you have the mask on.
Yeah.
Oh, they have different dialogue for each person whenever you're wearing a mask, right?
Yeah, or
So
during
if they
certain
didn't
times of day and
if
stuff.
they didn't write dialogue for when you're Fierce Deity, it would make the game go all
Yeah.
there. Okay, and now it sort of makes sense.
Yeah, I have nothing to say right now.
This looks
Unless
like one
that's-
fucking annoying enemy.
Freaking bubbles.
Fucking bubbles!
Yeah. There we go.
Because, I mean, like, there's some interesting uses of, like, the boomerang and stuff, and we never get to really use it.
Well, how much can you do with the boomerang anyway, in this game anyway?
Well, they do let you have a few more unique things to do it from what I've seen of, like, Wind Waker and stuff, but...
Oh,
mean-
this guy's annoying.
I mean, it would have been nice for them to make more use of the tools that you had, instead of having you use it for one dungeon and getting a different version of the same weapon in another one.
The hell is this guy supposed to be?
He mirrors all of your movements.
So why don't you just shoot him from far away?
Because he can only be killed with fire.
Well, then why
Fire
don't you...
arrows?
Yeah, that's the easier way to do it, since this is the easiest when I'm showing how they want you to do it.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, I will not be doing that anymore when we come across him later. Oops.
Failure!
That thing just pushed me off, god damn it. Oh good, the door's still open.
Over.
Well, then again, that's it's probably the faster way to get through the room. Because, I mean, I did that speedrunning trick in Banjo-Tooie all the time, because killing you would send you to the beginning of the room, which is actually a speedrunning trick
Yeah.
in some places.
We have wall masters here.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep, there it is. Falling now.
I thought that was a bit big to be your shadow.
And it's dead. Wow, it gives a lot of rubies, which I don't need.
You know, now that I'm looking at it, they do actually try to have real shadows instead of just the little circles that are under everything in this game. Like, Link has different shadows for each of his feet and stuff. I always
Yeah,
like it.
but only his feet have shadows.
Well, at least it's trying.
Yeah, I have to say, well, if there's one thing that bugs me in a game is when the lighting, when they have decent lighting for the main character, but everything else is just like a random just circle because they don't feel like programming what the shadow should look like for anything other than the main character. I don't know.
Dynamic lighting and shadows.
Yeah, lighting is always something that I really like whenever they do it right in a game, because it's one of those subtle things that adds a lot of atmosphere, but nobody ever really talks about.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, anything that isn't a platformer should have good shadows now. These days, I prefer my platformers to have crappy shadows that are always directly below you.
Yeah, so you can tell where you're supposed to land.
Well, they should at least look like the person that you're playing as, instead of being the indescript circle of indescriptness.
I don't care as long as it's telling me where my feet are gonna land when I land on the ground. Sonic the Werehog, I am looking at you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, you can justify that by having a decent lighting engine, but always have your source of light be directly above you at all times.
Or just have a drop shadow.
So, yeah.
Really not that fucking hard.
I don't know, I'm just saying there's a way to meet it halfway. It's incredibly convoluted, but it is a way.
No, but it's like
You know-
he has no shadow in that game at all. It's like fucking Peter Pan.
He has a shadow, it's just always like on the wall or something.
Hey, wait a minute, the shadows also are coming from the light that's right nearby. Like here, the light's close. There was a point like standing right here where it looked for a second like Link had two shadows, like what would actually happen in real life.
Yeah.
I just really like lighting details like that.
It would be even more impressive if the shadow were something other than just his two shoes, but, you know.
Well, I've seen footage from Twilight Princess where Link has a full shadow, but when he's standing next to two torches, it just keeps on flipping back and forth because the game's not programmed to give him two shadows. So, I mean, technically, this game's more advanced than that one.
Yeah, that is a good point, actually.
Here comes the Twilight Princess fan hate.
Eh. I don't hate Twilight Princess, I just find it very boring.
I don't find it boring, I just find it samey.
Well, that's what I mean by boring, it's very samey.
I've only
Well,
played through it I've only played through it completely
Like,
one time.
if you don't mind that every Ratchet and Clank game, except like maybe one or two of them, are exactly the same as the first one in essence, then Twilight Princess will be right up your alley. But if you do mind that kind of sameness in sequels, then stay away from Twilight Princess. It's that simple.
Yeah.
So basically, if you don't have a problem with Nintendo releasing 2 new Super Mario Brothers within 6 months, you won't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, the 6-month thing is another issue entirely. I mean, there's being samey, and then there's being, well, that.
I think this may be my favorite temple music in the entire game.
It is nice, I admit.
What is that?
Choo-choos!
Bomb chew.
Oh, bomb chews.
The fuck is that?
Bomb on wheels.
I remember these guys from that mini game in Majora's Mask that I could never win.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was terrible at that mini game.
Man. Weasley's Wizard Wheezes really outdid themselves this time.
Oh, lizard men. Looks like the game's DM has decided to get boring and just throw out generic monsters.
Stop turtling!
How disappointing.
If this were Wind Waker, you'd be leaving that chest closed on purpose. No, that thing's not. Oh, you got to push it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even see that. That button down there. Maybe it's just because
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
my eyes just start to glaze over whenever we enter one of these nowadays.
It's the most drab-looking temple.
Well, again, it's the Spirit Temple. So, Spirit isn't like a defined theme like Forest or Water where it would have a unique color scheme or something like that. So, it might as well just be
Unless
called
this is the
Brown
temple where we stab Ariel and suck her soul into our sword, I'm not interested. And that is a reference that probably flew over everyone's heads, and I'm laughing on the inside because of it.
What was the character's name?
Ariel?
Okay, you said it. You said that, and I immediately thought you're stabbing the Little Mermaid somewhere in the abdomen, and you're stealing her soul. I was like, what kind of fucked up game are you playing?
Ursula got very direct after all of that.
Wrong Ariel. Wrong Ariel.
What were you referencing, Lewis?
That's a Legacy of Kain thing.
Why am I not surprised?
I pretty much expect it has to be Legacy of Kain, Mass Effect, or Persona.
Wait,
the
why
King
would
of
Baldur's
Baldur's-
That's gotta be
Baldur's
like
Gate.
the first Legacy of Kain reference I've made in like...
I'm just saying, I'm expecting it either
Yeah.
Legacy of Kain, Mass Effect, Persona, or Baldur's Gate.
Maybe that's our cue to actually play those games so Lewis doesn't feel left out anymore.
It's probably so.
Though I did actually start playing Persona 3, so Lewis has one game to geek out over in some
I put in 60 hours of Baldur's Gate just so I could finally say, I get that reference. So, worth it.
Wait, only 60 hours?
Oh, for
Really?
fuck's sake. Really? It's that kind of game?
It's a PC game. You're supposed to play it forever.
I see.
Yep, that happens. Blech.
Now this is one of those timed ones, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Is there any convenient way to get more Deku sticks in?
Blocked
I'm
at
not
the last
sure.
second.
Well, I think one of them went out anyway. So,
Oh, and they all. Oh wait, you haven't
They
even
go
bothered
out.
doing the pushing. Oh, what
that
I
needs to
did.
do a separate thing.
What I did for this part is I pushed the blocks in a place so that all those slidey things would be stuck, and then
That
it
is
made
how
it.
you're supposed to do it, in a way.
Oh, but you're just not gonna bother.
Yeah,
Oh,
it takes
You know,
too
when
long.
I see a room like this, with like blocks to push and a shaft of sunlight random in the corner, I immediately start looking around for vampires to chuck into the sunlight. And that is because I spent entirely too much time playing Soul Reaver as a kid.
Now, in terms of the development time, 64 and Mario 64 and Zelda were being created at the same time.
Yes, that's Miyamoto has admitted that's partially why Super Mario 64 is so puzzle heavy.
I see. But they did enter development time at the exact same time, or was Mario 64 a little bit after Ocarina time development process?
Mario 64 was the project was started a little bit before Ocarina of Time, but they were more or less developed in tandem.
I see.
I would imagine Mario would have been started first, just because it's a little bit of a simpler concept to try to do for your first real 3D game.
As mentioned in a lot of interviews Miyamoto has done, Ocarina of Time did go through a few different game builds before we got this one.
I recall the preliminary
Tower
E3
one.
footage. Link looked nothing like he did now.
Yeah, and that was probably part of the Ganon's Tower game.
Did he look worse or better?
It was pretty much his NES sprite 3D'd.
Yeah.
That sounds fugly.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking butt ugly.
Yeah, like he had brown hair. I think he had like the brown and green tights, and you know.
Now that you're saying that, I
Oh,
want to
God.
link to the past color scheme for this
God, that
model.
sun, when it opened its eyes, it looked demented.
Hey, fan hackers! Pink hair link for Ocarina of Time. Make it happen.
You don't have to listen to you.
Come on, you know you want it.
Actually, I would have been surprised if it was already done.
Must Google it.
Well, there are NES palettes for Mario 64, so...
Hang on, I'm looking.
We're gonna find out right now.
Link, Ocarina of Time. No, not time with time. Sorry, typo.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Yep, it's been done.
Oh, god damn it.
The link.
I'll send you the link right now.
Woo.
Here you go. Wait, that's wrong person. I just sent the link to Nathan.
Oops. Alright, let's see. Must see